I'm being first in my generation to find my Romeo as my Romeo. 2025, 32 years of age. Today is Tuesday, 27 January 2026, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, reflect on being first in my generation to find my Romeo. A soulmate in a death together Romeo role as my Romeo in 2025 at 32 years of age, meaning I identified him as my Romeo at the time I fell in love with him. All right. So what is a Romeo soulmate? Someone one intends to die with, like Romeo and Juliet. That is where the Romeo comes from. So it doesn't have to be the guy's name. It's a particular type of relationship. Yes. So there's one. Next thing. It must be defined in advance of ever meeting the person in waking mode and physical person. Next thing, must be a match for the person's Romeo definition in all its exactitude. Now, a person's definition could be broad or very, not broad, very specific, but it must match all of the criteria. Next part, the person who defined the Romeo must correctly identify the Romeo the first time, not 2 attempts for this one. So this is a unique role in that, like, the person has to get it right the first time or it's not their Romeo. It's that simple. A lot of people don't do this. I chose to define one for myself. However, it's not a common one per my experience. It is also not rare, but it's kind of meh kind of thing. It's something I did. Okay. The person who defined the Romeo must be able to identify the Romeo at the time of falling in love. So that's what it is. Tanis bonus. I even communicated that my Jared Leto was my Romeo publicly at the time here on this YouTube channel last year. 2025. I did. My savior, with wings, who, helped me find my Romeo, was my Aunt Annette, and I did communicate that last year on this channel. At the time, I did good on this one. It was a, yeah. But it's also it's not necessarily one everybody does. There we go. That's on being first in my generation to find my Romeo as my Romeo, 2025, 32 years of age.